Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my top 25 list for PlayStation 3 games. I have a ton that I need to go over, so let's get started. So before I begin, let me just let you guys know that the games I'm about to show you, they're in no particular order at all. A while back I did a top list for my Xbox 360 games, and in the beginning of that video I mentioned how those games are in no particular order, but I still got a lot of comments saying, why did you put this game in front of that game? This list is in no particular order. The first game that I'm going to talk to you guys about is LittleBigPlanet. This is a fantastic PlayStation 3 exclusive. It's extremely fun. You can play this game with up to 4 people online or offline. My favorite thing about LittleBigPlanet is the user-created levels. I think there's something like over 2 million levels that have been created by the LittleBigPlanet community, and a lot of them are fantastic. The other day I played a level called Bora Bora, and it's just amazing, incredible. Some of these levels that some of the gamers have been able to make are just phenomenal. They've spent anywhere from tens to hundreds of hours creating some of these levels. And I know that LittleBigPlanet 2 is going to be coming out in the near future, and my favorite feature for that game is that all of the levels that have been created for this game by the LittleBigPlanet community, you'll be able to play those games in the sequel. You can spend hours and days playing the different levels, and I've just had a lot of fun with LittleBigPlanet. The next game, Burnout Paradise. I got this game from YouTube user Skyrunner1992, and this is a fantastic open world racing game, extremely fun. There's still tons of people playing this game online, and it's just a gorgeous game. The soundtrack is fantastic, and I can't wait for the next Burnout game. I'm a big fan of the Burnout series, and just a lot of fun. Okay, the next game, Killzone 2. Now, to be honest, Killzone 2 took a little while for me to get past the learning curve. However, the more I played of Killzone 2, the more I wanted to play. Obviously, the visuals are top-notch, are fantastic, and Killzone 3 should be phenomenal. There's a rumor going around that the controls for Killzone 3 are going to be more like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. In my opinion, they should keep the controls for Killzone 2, but if you want more controls that are similar to Call of Duty, then you have that option too. I know there's a lot of controversy. Some people are saying that the controls are too difficult to learn. There's a lot of people that are really into Killzone 2 saying, these controls are just fine. Like I said, the controls took a little while for me to learn, but I think this is a fantastic, fantastic first-person shooter. And I got to complete it the other day, and wow, it's just incredible. Uncharted Drake's Fortune. I really, really enjoyed this game. My only complaint was a little bit repetitive at times, but definitely fantastic, great story, fantastic visuals, fun game to play. I really enjoyed the last couple hours when it kind of switched with the type of enemies that you were fighting, but definitely worth having in your collection. Star Wars Force Unleashed. This is a fantastic Star Wars game. The sequel will be coming out in the near future. There's not a lot of great Star Wars games, but this one's definitely worth having in your collection. I have not played the expansion for it, but definitely a fantastic third-person action game. A great game. Final Fantasy XIII. There's been a lot of controversy over this game, and to be honest, I've played a lot of Final Fantasy games, and when I was playing Final Fantasy XIII, it felt like I was playing a Final Fantasy game. Just top-notch on so many areas. The visuals, the music, the presentation, the story is phenomenal. I really enjoyed this game. Maybe some of you guys don't like Final Fantasy XIII, but I thought Square Enix did a fantastic job with it, and I'm really glad that I picked it up. God of War 3. Wow. I recently finished this game, and to be honest, it's probably the best looking game I've ever played for any console. There's so many things done right with it. Epic storyline. Some of the boss battles are just unbelievable. incredible. I'm not going to really go into detail and give away any spoilers, but I was honestly, I was laughing at certain moments in the game because I couldn't believe it, how good this game looked. It looked phenomenal. They really did an amazing job with God of War 3. Just the gameplay is extremely fluid, extremely smooth. When you're fighting the enemies, it's you know, at certain points you're like, you know, this is actually a game I'm playing. It's not some slick cutscene. This is actually a game you're playing, and definitely you could get carried away with the hours and how many hours you play. You know, I played this game for hours, and it was just very, very fun. Okay, Far Cry 2. This is a first-person shooter, open world, set in Africa, and the visuals are pretty impressive. And the cool thing I like about this is with the multiplayer, you can create your own maps. This is also available for the PC and the Xbox 360. I don't think you can create your own maps in the Xbox 360 version, but this game is phenomenal. A very interesting story. Very interesting in the sense of, like, if you get hurt and there's bullets, you have to like take those bullets out of you, and just kind of a little bit different twist in the first-person shooter genre. There's vehicles, and like I said, it's set in Africa. Very, very different from the first Far Cry game, but a fantastic first-person shooter. Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. Now, I like this game a lot more than the first Uncharted game. It had a lot more variety, and some of the levels just looked phenomenal. The voice acting was top-notch. Another epic story. Definitely one of the best games I've ever played. They did a lot of great things with Uncharted 2, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. They included a phenomenal multiplayer. I know a lot of people might not be into the multiplayer, but the multiplayer is solid for what it is. You know, maybe people aren't really interested in a third-person multiplayer, but for what it is, it's pretty phenomenal. I have a friend that actually hasn't even played the campaign because he's so into the online multiplayer for it. Another third-person game, Just Cause 2, more of a third-person, heavily involved with shooting and different vehicles. You can basically hijack any boat, plane, or car or motorcycle that you see. The other day I was at an airport and I hopped into a 747, and it was unbelievable. I was flying around the island, and when you're, say, in a vehicle or in a plane, you can actually get outside, hop on top of it, pull out your weapon, you can start shooting at different things, and the area and the island that you're at looks phenomenal. I mean, there's little islands, but basically the areas that are in Just Cause 2 look amazing. And I'm a big fan of sandbox-style games. And this is another game where if you don't watch yourself, you're going to spend a lot of time playing this game because there's just so much to do and there's so many different missions to play. And it's very, very fun. A lot of hidden stuff I still haven't found because there's just so much to explore and so much to do. Okay, another first-person shooter game, Fear 2. If I would have to think of the most important thing that impressed me in this game was the controls. I was really impressed with the controls, and the story is very interesting and a little bit scary, but a lot of fun. I like the fact that you can hop into a mech and do some serious damage with that, and just a very interesting game. They're working on Fear 3 right now. I'm really interested to see more about the direction that game takes, because I really enjoyed Fear 2. Valkyrie Chronicles. This is a fantastic, fantastic game. It really did get overlooked when it came out. Definitely a cult classic with a lot of people. One of the most amazing stories I've ever encountered. I think there's a demo available for it, and if you're kind of curious, I recommend you checking it out. This is a PlayStation 3 exclusive, and Sega did an amazing job. Definitely check it out. Heavily involved with strategy, but like I said, the story is just very, very interesting and unique. And I recommend this game to anyone to try out, if not buy. One of my favorite games of all time right here, Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. I wasn't sure what I was going to think about this game because there was so much hype. You know, I was checking out the forums before this game came out. There's so much hype. This really is one of the best games of all time. If I were to rate this game 1 to 10, I would give this game a 10 out of 10. It is unbelievable. Is this game for everyone? No, but it's definitely for me, and a lot of you out there would be interested in it. I'm pretty sure there's a demo, but if you see this game, it's pretty inexpensive. Pick it up. It's fantastic. It's unbelievable. Amazing enemies and very unique characters. When I was at this year's last year's E3 2009, I got to see the announcement for Metal Gear Rising, and the character in Metal Gear Rising, Raiden, is a very amazing character in this game, and I haven't seen any screenshots or video footage. Perhaps in a week or two when E3 for 2010 comes out, maybe we'll see something on the new Metal Gear game. But back to Metal Gear 4, very incredible, very impressive. I can't recommend this game enough. Very amazing. MLB 2009, the show, one of the best baseball games you'll be able to get. This is basically a Sony exclusive. They also have the show available for the PSP and the PlayStation 2, but nowhere will you be able to find the visual presentations available but the PlayStation 3 version. A phenomenal, phenomenal baseball game. Okay, BioWare game, Dragon Age Origins. This is a game that's also available for the Xbox 360 and the PC. A phenomenal RPG. This is brought to us from the same folks that brought us Mass Effect 2. It doesn't have as good visuals as Mass Effect 2, but it does so many other things right. An amazing story, an incredible RPG with just constant support in terms of DLC and different expansions available for it. This game actually took BioWare quite some time to fully, from start to finish, I'm guessing it took 4 or 5 or maybe even longer, 4 or 5 years to fully develop, and man, BioWare really did an amazing job with this one. Bad Company 2, when this one was first announced, I was kind of hesitant. I'm like, what are they doing? You know, Modern Warfare 2 is just around the corner. I'm not really interested in Bad Company 2, but to be honest, I enjoyed the multiplayer for Bad Company 2 more than I did Modern Warfare 2. I enjoyed the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2, but I enjoyed it more in Bad Company 2. I finished the campaign as well for Bad Company 2, and that was pretty incredible, pretty amazing. The visuals are amazing. The music's better, in my opinion, in this game than in Modern Warfare 2. The controls are fantastic. Just an incredible game. I like the fact that if you bought the game new, you know, there's all these new maps that they're releasing that you get for free. Unlike with Modern Warfare 2, you have to spend, you know, $15 for 5 maps. And so I like the fact that they're not charging you for these maps. There's a lot of, you know, reasons in favor for Bad Company 2 to get. A lot of good reasons to get, because it's an amazing game. Okay, now as a lot of you guys know, most movie games aren't very good. One movie game that is pretty good is Ghostbusters, the video game. And you want to talk about maybe the best voice acting you can find in a game. You know, these are real actors like Bill Murray and other professional actors in the game. The visuals are fantastic. The controls and gameplay are really good. Definitely, I'm pretty sure there's a demo available for this game. It's also available for practically every system you can think of, but definitely worth checking out. Brutal Legend. Now, this game reminds me a lot of God of War 3 in the terms of hack and slash and pretty incredible story. The gameplay isn't as smooth, isn't as fluid as God of War 3. However, there's a great sense of humor. The folks that made this game, Double Fine, they know how to make good games, and this is definitely worth picking up. A fantastic game. Jack Black does an amazing job as the main character, And it's definitely different from God of War 3, but nonetheless definitely worth having in your collection. Also, there is a multiplayer mode available in Brutal Legend. I haven't played it yet, but that is an extra bonus. Hey, the next game, RPG Demon's Souls. One of the hardest games I've ever played, an epic RPG. It has gotten rave reviews pretty much across the board from every major publication website. Definitely worth picking up. I've talked with people like Dinky Dana, the YouTube user. I think he's spent over 100 hours playing this game, and that's not uncommon with some of the people that have really gotten into this game. Very difficult, but very rewarding if you can stick with it. Currently, there's no plans in making a Demon's Souls 2, but that might change down the road. But definitely a game worth checking out. Okay, a lot of you guys might know that I'm a big fan of the sandbox open world games, and Infamous is a phenomenal game. Sucker Punch did a great job with this game. A little while back I saw a review for this game, and they said one of the downsides to this game is they thought that the visuals or the graphics weren't that great. I don't know what that guy was talking about, because I thought the visuals and the graphics looked phenomenal. This game is very fun. I love going through the areas and the parts of the cities and getting the different power-ups for this game. The story is fantastic. I love the art direction and the different cutscenes. It was very similar to like a comic book. The story was told very similar to like cutscenes in a comic book. And a very good sense of humor. You've got like a sidekick friend, Zeke, and he's pretty hilarious. But a very enjoyable game. They recently announced Infamous 2, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more about Infamous 2, and I'll definitely be picking that one up. Okay, the next game, Eat Lead, The Return of Matt Hazard. A lot of people didn't really like this game, but I enjoyed it. Some of the levels I didn't quite care for. However, this is a very enjoyable third-person shooter, and it has a great sense of humor and a pretty good presentation. It picks fun at a lot of games like Tomb Raider and Gears of War, and very funny. I just really enjoyed it. And definitely, if you see it for like 10-15 bucks, check it out, because it's worth picking up. Okay. MotorStorm Pacific Rift. This is a fantastic racing game. The levels and islands that you race around are just gorgeous. Like the volcanoes and the oceans and the beaches are just fantastic. Very fun. I love the trucks and the motorcycles and the ATVs and the different vehicles you could play. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous looking game. The waterfalls. One of the best PlayStation 3 games in my collection is this one right here, and the multiplayer, there's still people playing it online, so that's another added bonus if you're into online racing. Okay, the next game is another first-person shooter, Resistance 2. Now, Resistance 2 came out not too far away. Either was, I think, was before or after. I'm trying to think of when it was, but anyway, came out not too far after or before Killzone 2. And this one actually has really good visuals, and the controls are fantastic. I really enjoyed this game. The cool thing about this game is you could have up to 8 people for co-op, and also multiplayer. The campaign I had a lot of fun with. The story is very interesting, and I was very impressed with this game. Definitely an important franchise to the PlayStation 3. Okay, Batman Arkham Asylum. Most comic book games aren't very good. This one's really good. The graphics are amazing, and the gameplay is fantastic. The story is very, very interesting. You're in an insane asylum, meaning Joker has basically the authority and control of the place. And just fantastic. If you have an Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, get the PlayStation 3 version because it has the exclusive Joker challenge maps. But just a phenomenal, phenomenal game. I was really, really impressed with Batman Arkham Asylum. So with this game, I got Batman Arkham Asylum and also Heavy Rain from the YouTube user Big Bosnian TV. Heavy Rain, I am so glad I got this game. It's just fantastic, unbelievable. One of the best games I've ever played. The story is phenomenal, very interesting. I haven't played a lot of games like Heavy Rain, but very interesting, very engaging. The music and the visuals, just it's kind of hard to describe with Heavy Rain. There's a demo, but it doesn't quite give it justice compared if you play the game all the way through. I know it came out this year, 2010, and definitely worth picking up. Well guys, there's my top 25 PlayStation 3 games. I'd definitely be interested in hearing your top 10 or 20 or 25 games. If you'd like, you can do a video response. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I definitely encourage you to do so. As always guys, I'll talk to you later.